Good morning, Bright Eyes. What a beautiful day. Another day in the Sierra Nevada. Looking forward to these next few weeks because it's going to be beautiful. Usually the second day is a tough day for me. First day you got the energy, and the second day. Today's pretty easy, so I don't think we're going to have a problem, really, honestly. And we're really excited because we're going to see a lot of 1,000-mile markers now, so good for that. All right, so we'll see you down the trail.
Well, this is significant. You may have felt that I've been lying to you that I started 1,000 miles left at Sonora Pass. No, it was another 17 or so to get to this point. And even this might not be the official 1,000-mile mark because now what I'm using to calculate all mileages on this trip, as long as I'm on the red line, the Pacific Crest National Scenic Trail, I'm using the guide from 2000. So it's off by now 1 or 2 miles. And right now, Far Out shows us at 1,001.1. So, but as far as a symbolic victory, I'll take it. It's great to get here. Yeah, and it is customary to mark 100-mile marks along the way, along the trail, usually with pine cones or something a little more permanent, but, you know, debris that you can find around, sticks and so forth. But this very rare that you get one of these markers. Further south, way south, there's markers for like 300, 200, and so forth, but still got a ways to go before we get there. But still, it feels good to know that really, roughly, it's about 1,000 miles now for sure, and to get to Mexico. So wish me luck. Let's see what the rest of the day brings. See you on the other side.
lodging acquired for the evening in what is an advertised spot on Far Out. Early in the year, it's usually flooded. You can see there's no plant surface because just a mud pit early in the season, but they have established a fire ring here, so obviously people will camp it here. It's better than nothing, but it is pretty close to the trail, and so I'm worried that a ranger would come by and say, that's too close, and make me move. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so who knows what's going to happen. But in the meantime, we're here. We're safe and happy. It was a great day in many ways. One respect was that we passed the symbolic 1,000-mile mark, and that is a big deal because I've gone a few miles since then, so I know for sure I have less than 1,000 trail miles to Mexico. Number 2, we passed the Yosemite National Park boundary, which is the reason why I have to carry the bear canister, but that's also symbolic. And then I kept on pushing past Dorothy Lake, and because I didn't really want to stay there, even though it was about the right distance, 10 miles. Instead, of a few more miles brought me here along the Falls Creek into what is an established campsite. Oh, and right near the end, very impressive. The National Park Service trail crew work is just superb. You could see they were building up at one place a series of rock steps, substantial, to get up to an elevation where they'd already paved some stones at a slight angle. I've seen this before. This happens like a slight angle. Instead of putting in dirt steps or something, you have these flat rocks that slope up to meet you, up the slope. And then, of course, you could see the big rocks for the stairs. And then the little rocks, the littler rocks, those are in the bed behind the big blocks. And that's usually what I do on trail crew, is I go out and gather a lot of those rocks. But I have to admit that here in Yosemite National Park, it's no problem to find rocks. Back in the Pacific Northwest, you'd have to go through a lot of brush sometimes. So here it's like you can spot them. I'm sure that then after that they fill it in with dirt, and that's going to be with a borrow pit somewhere. But I know the National Park Service standards, they're pretty good about keeping those well away from the trail. So anyways, I hope that I don't get kicked out of here. In the meantime, it was great having you along today. Happy trails. See you around.